is Malorine, and we are having a look at messages from the goddess Bridget in honor of the Imbolc Sabbath. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, let's get into your pick a card reading. So, what is Imbolc? Let's start there. So, Imbolc is one of the Sabbats that we use in the Witch's Wheel, and it's a fire festival that is the halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox in March. So, this point is kind of like a halfway point. This is a place where we can kind of regroup and really collect ourselves, see how far we've come and how far we need to go. I like to see it as like, a checkpoint where we're like playing Mario Kart if you are a video game person. But pretty much, yeah, it's a assessment point. So it's a time to definitely rest and rejuvenate ourselves, to collect ourselves. But it's important as a reminder that spring is on its way, right? So being a fire festival, fire is what is needed for alchemy, and it's all about creation, right? So with Imbolc, we are connecting to that sense of inner fire. Like, what does that archetype look like? And how can we move it forward? What do we need to add to it? Like a stew, what more ingredients do we need? Do we need more salt? Do we need more pepper, more cayenne, whatever it may be? Or do we need to reduce some things? So that could be, reducing salt in a metaphorical sense, or maybe adding more rest. Or maybe you're sleeping too much. That could be another thing too. Maybe you need to increase help from other people. Maybe you need to up your routine. Whatever it is, in bulk is that time to assess what we need to add and what we need to take away. So that's pretty much a rough idea of what it is. In bulk also helps us to plant seeds, right? So we think of spring, we think of seeds germinating, about to grow, about to spread their wings and bud and become beautiful flowers. So again, Imbolc is that time of assessment to determine how much water do we need to put in our soil? Do we need to change the location of the seedlings? Do we need to add more sun? Again, what do we need to add to make our flowers grow that still become powerful and amazing? So, yeah, Imbolc is going to help us with this. A connection as well to Imbolc is the goddess Bridget. Now, she's a Celtic goddess of fire, fertility, crops, poetry, and the home. So, Bridget brings a balancing energy to what we have been experiencing so far. She is represented by the triple goddess, so that's the maiden mother crone. So Bridget is really here to, again, help us to balance what is needed and what needs to be taken away. Okay. She helps us to really manifest our divine inner flame and to really inspire us to go for our dreams. Why the heck not? Why can't we do it? I love working with Bridget. She is one of those fiery, powerful goddesses that just when you evoke her energy, it really just makes you feel like you're unstoppable. I always like to equate her to the cartoon character from that movie Brave. I mean, she really does have that energy, the red hair, just a fiery, passionate attitude and very determined. And that's what I feel when I connect to Bridget. It makes you feel like you can do anything. So we're going to connect with Bridget in this reading to help us determine what we need to either add to, take away, and yeah, it'll be very helpful to kind of move forward. So the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to be looking at these cards here. I'd like you to pick from one of these three. These are three archetype cards. So we want to first figure out what archetype are you existing in right now? Okay. So the first deck, we have the clear quartz. Here, very beautiful. It's kind of a flawed clear quartz. Has a little bit of the I guess coal energy here. But I do like the special little crystal part that we have, crystallized part. So this is carnelian. Okay. And last but not least, we have the beautiful amethyst. Okay. Amethyst is all about connecting to our third eye, those third eye, crown chakra, those higher points of our intuition. So let's get a feel. So you can definitely pick, give you some time to pick with one of these cards. And please refer to the timestamps in the comment section. And yeah, look forward to seeing you in your reading. Bye. Okay, so deck number one, you picked the clear quartz. This is your reading. Okay, so I'll put this over here for now. And your archetype is the networker. Okay. Now, the networker archetype is, we're talking about the light attributes because it was upright. Okay, so we're not reading the shadow necessarily, but we will get to that. The light attributes remind us to enhance unity through the sharing of information, engender social awareness and empathy. So, what I'm seeing with this is that as an archetype, what you're moving into for Imbolc is realizing that you know people. You have a network of people that are there to support you, to help you, that actually want to see you grow. This could be connecting to a certain community. This could be referring or reaching out to friends. Maybe someone has a shop that you can sell products in. The networker is kind of a reminder that you are a networker. Maybe you're very good at communication. Maybe it's time to share what you know. Maybe it's time to you know, give us your thoughts, give us your opinion on things, write it out. This could be a writer, this could be someone who creates YouTube videos or just puts their work out there in some way. Okay. I would say this is more communication based, of course, because a networker, which is making sense. It is also reminding you that because of the social awareness and empathy part, that we are doing things to make ourselves happy. Of course, that's the ultimate goal for all of us. But it also reminds you to have a community focus in mind as well, that you are doing this. The ultimate goal, highest goal, is to help other people. Okay. So I'm going to pull a dice. These are some of my homemade dice, my little bag here. And I'm going to pick two. All right, so we have the number 12. Okay. And we have the moon. Okay. So I'm going to read this as moon and the 12th house. So a little bit about with this placement in astrology. The moon is our emotional center. It's where we feel very raw. It's where our nurturing aspect lies. It's how we could take care of ourselves. And when the moon's in the 12th house, a lot of the times these people have a hard time connecting to what that is, connecting to that sense of care, that sense of tenderness within themselves. And this is their lifelong journey, in a sense. One of their journeys is to find what is that nurturing self, what is that nurturing sense. So I'm feeling again that that nurturing for you is like maybe for you, like if you exist in a bubble just by yourself. So, for instance, so you're just at home by yourself thinking and rethinking things and thinking the process over and over again. And nothing really sticks, nothing really hits. Like, this doesn't, I can't get it to make sense. It's probably because you need to talk about it. It's probably because you need to share it with somebody else, like bounce ideas off of someone. And that can be where you get out of that mode of running in circles and not really getting anything done. So this is what this kind of tells me. So this is the archetype that you're working with already. Okay, so I'll put this to the side here. Okay. Yeah, just want to put the networker over here. That's where they're going to live. And now let's pull some cards here. I'll shuffle this a little bit. Okay. So let's talk about first, where are you feeling a lack of direction? Where in your life are you feeling a lack of direction? Okay. Okay, yeah, Four of Swords. So that's exactly what we're talking about here. The Four of Swords is kind of like Moon in 12th, right? Resting on your laurels, kind of like, hiding away, resting, which is not a bad thing. This could just mean, like, remember I said before, Imbolc reminds us where we kind of need to take away or add to our stew to create what we want. And I feel like this is telling you to kind of like now is the time to maybe get to work to talking to people, get to work to sharing your ideas, get to work to spread your knowledge. This is like almost like Pied Piper energy here. Okay, we have the Four of Swords, so totally makes sense. This is saying that there could be a little bit of, too much rest. You've been too much, kind of isolated in this Four of Swords energy. We see this knight here resting under these swords, and he's resting very peacefully. There's nothing wrong with that. We do need our rest. We do need our hermit mode. And of course, the winter time is that moment when we are in hermit mode. But the networker, like I said, this is your special gifts. Like, who you're not talking to anyone here. You're just kind of maybe staying isolated, keeping to yourself, keeping, not sharing what you know, pretty much. Okay. So let's pull a card on what does motivation look like for you? You already know the networker is your key self. Okay. I mean, yeah, the hermit reverse, pretty much spirit is like, get yourself up. I'm getting that, Kim Kardashian, like, no one wants to work. No one wants to work anymore. I mean, I don't believe, anything. I don't subscribe to that, but this is giving me that energy. No one wants to work anymore. Like, no one wants to like share what they do. So how do you get out of it? Hermit reverse. You've been in this hermit mode for way too long. So, we're done. We're done now. Now it's time for you to come out of the shadows and network with us. Tell us what you've been doing. Tell us what you think. What are your ideas? What are your opinions on things? How would you do something differently? Maybe there could be a feeling that there's so many people doing what you do. And I totally get this. It's like how many tarot readers, how many psychics and mediums are out there. And it can feel overwhelming, even for me. And I could only imagine where people who are trying to find readers, it's like, how do you know who to pick? Okay. So, pretty much, yes, I get it. But I do feel like this is trying to motivate you to get out of your shell. Okay. So how can you embody um that passion? How can you embody this passion? Okay. So we have move this up a little bit. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed and we have the World reversed. Okay. So yeah, really interesting because maybe there could be a fear that you don't have it together with the Two of Pentacles reversed. It could feel like you maybe feel like you need to plan more or get structure. And I totally understand that. I get that. I feel like that way too. But the world reverse is that you're resisting this ending. Like this is all meant to end. This is meant to, you're not meant to take this over to the next season. You're not meant to take this into the spring. You're meant to, obviously, the hermit mode helped to some degree, but now we need to move forward. Like, what is next? Okay. And this is telling me that could be some fears around you, maybe feeling like you're not prepared. So how do we circumvent that? That could be setting some things in motion, maybe having a loose plan. I don't say have everything detailed, but maybe it's bullet points, maybe having 4 or 5 bullet points, things to hit. Have a short to-do list. It doesn't have to be a spectacular 40 checked off to-do list. I'm a Virgo stellium. I love a great to-do list, but I don't think this is the case for you right now. I feel like it's trying to get you to just make any action here, any move. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing. Okay. So let's change the decks a little bit and let's see what that action looks like for you. That came out very quickly. Okay. So we have the Six of Cups reversed. Anything else? So what I'm doing, I'm just waiting for pop-ins. King of Wands. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah. You could be hung up on the past. So there could be a hang up, Six of Cups reverse. Really beautiful card here. Put this upright so you can see it. We have this woman who's kind of like daydreaming in the grass, and she's watching these little people, literally little people, play in the grass, and it's very nostalgic and fairy-like. And she's been saying it for so long that the plants are actually growing around her. You see here, they're like she's become a part of it. So this is what I'm seeing again. This is kind of going back to this Four of Swords. You've been, yeah, we get it. You've been resting, you've been thinking, you've been contemplating, but now it's time to shift this. Six of Cups reverse can also mean, like I said, something from the past. So let me just get clarification. I like to use my pendulum. So let's see. Thing from it's not childhood, no. Okay. Past failures. Yeah, this could be like past failures. This could be feeling maybe you tried to start something before and it didn't pan out. So you were just like, well, I'm gonna go into my hermit cave and I'm just gonna like wait it out. I'm just gonna wait for something to move forward. And I feel like this is that time now. It's time for you to take the drums with this King of Wands. And it's now time to even like beating your own drum. This is like the networker too. It's like speak your own praises. Like, don't feel like it's bragging. Don't feel like you are saying too much, or maybe there's an uncomfortableness about this. Sharing your ideas might feel, again, Six of Cups reverse. It might be a family feeling of maybe being too humble, right? Maybe feeling like, oh, I'm an introvert. It's not my place. Who wants to hear from me? Like I said, competition. There's so much out there. Who cares what I have to say? We care what you have to say because you are the networker. We want to know, right? We want to know, like, what is your opinion on this, right? What is your take on this? Okay, so just see it this way. See it as, which can be intimidating. So maybe try to change your perspective on how you're viewing sharing your information, sharing what you know. So the perspective shift could be, I am braggadocious. No one wants to hear that. It's competitive, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Change the story to, I am sharing what I know and it can help someone else. You're being of service in a different way, and I feel like for you, remember I said networker. I feel like as you share what you know, it actually helps you too. It doesn't just help the people that you share it with. I feel like with networker, your inherent energy, it's like a cycle. You share, you get feedback, good or bad, and you're able to shift, make little changes. You share again, you get feedback. So it's a nice cycle, but I feel like there's a little bit of a fear of this cycle. With the King of Wands, is saying, get into that cycle, right? It's all for you. Like this, we're waiting for you. Like we're waiting to hear you play your music, right? We're waiting to hear what you have to say. His drums are on fire. He's been playing it so fiercely that his drums have been set on fire. That's how hard he's been drumming, right? This is like true drummer energy. He's been going for it, right? So, yes, this is time for you to get out of this hermit mode and to shift into something new. Okay. Deck number one. Okay. Let's go a little bit deeper. So let's ask, like maybe let's take an animal card. because I'm seeing King of Wands. This is what you're here to embody. So let's see. Is there any energy? Okay. Hyena. Yeah. This is again going, I feel this is other people. Maybe you're afraid of criticism, the hyena reverse. You could be afraid of rejection. And it's really interesting because we're seeing a first quarter moon here. And the first quarter moon is exactly what Imbolc embodies, which is that halfway point, right? So this could be feeling like, yeah, maybe there's a fear of taking action because of what other people will say or think, or if they'll judge you or what have you. So definitely take that in consideration and understand that. And I get it. I'm not going to say just, it's hard to just say get over it, quote unquote. There's no getting over this. This is a psychological thing. And I'm saying that because you're in your head, right? You're in your head about this. I know it's not going to be super easy to just break free of this, but I feel like this point, Imbolc, Bridget, remember Bridget is your fire. This is literally Bridget, King of Wands. She's all about that fire life. She loves that. um Maybe there's a fear of that criticism, okay, and I get that. So what do you embody here? Okay. I love this shark reversed, and we have the buffalo. So cool. Okay, you are fierce. You're a force to be reckoned with the shark reverse. And with it reverse, what it's telling me is that, again, you're holding that in. You're maybe it's a fear of letting that out. Maybe there have been instances in the past where you've like snapped on somebody, where you've kind of like lashed out, or where, again, you tried something and it didn't work, or people got mad at you, again, the rejection, or disappointment or frustration or people judging you. So I do feel like you hold it back. The shark reverse is you holding back that that fierce shark energy. The buffalo again, buffalo is that connected to that networker. Buffalo means telling me that you are so intuitive and so gifted. You know where to go, you know who to talk to, you know how to push things forward, but you're again holding it back. There's a lot of holding back here. There's a lot of resistance, and I get where it's coming from. It has many different pathways, but in bulk is this time for you now to, like I said, reassess. Where is my shark energy? That's what I want you to ask yourself. What does my shark look like? Maybe do some journaling about how can I shift this fear of rejection or fear of judgment into something that's productive, okay? Something that can move you forward. All right, so really kind of want to see which I have a mixture. This is a huge deck, but this is the Goddess Oracle deck, and it's about 3 decks here actually. Angels and Ancestors deck. This is all mixed in here together. So I like to add these all in because I like to be surprised by the the card that comes in. And when you're a reader for some time, you really want um I think they merge well together. So this is why I have these very thick stack. The thick. I love this. Okay. Ryan, sorceress. Yes, you are the sorceress. Gender doesn't matter, but you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. I mean, come on, come on. I mean, in book, Bridget is really telling you that you are magic. You are fire. You are the fire. You are the magic. You are the unicorn. Okay. No one does things like you. Remember, I said you have your own style of doing something. So you are this very precious, this very beautiful unicorn. Okay. Ryan is all about embodying that, realizing how you could embody this. Let's ask that. How can you embody Ryan's energy? Okay. Yeah. Devil reversed. Okay. So there could be some addictions. I'm feeling the addiction could be maybe to maybe you oversleep, maybe you sleep a lot, maybe you can be the person who takes a nap when you're overwhelmed, which is fine, but that could be a coping mechanism. Addictions I'm also seeing are maybe checking out, numbing out. So numbing out to TV or I mean, I would say it, but YouTube videos or TikTok, social media. There's a lot of numbing here. I feel like you're trying to numb the feeling, because I feel this networker is explosive. It's an explosive, powerful energy. Like it's hard to hide that. So you have to do a lot of work to suppress that. This is what I'm seeing. So I hope this was helpful. Work on identifying these addictions and realizing that you don't have to hold this energy anymore. You're so supported. You are the networker. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear your opinion on things. We want to hear your take. We want to get your thoughts, like put it out there. Okay. Figure out a way that feels right to you. Don't feel like you need to rush this because I feel like this is probably between now and the next Sabbath. So we do have about a month and a half. I feel like, but this is a process. This is just a realization of the pattern. Okay. Thank you so much, deck number one. I hope this helped. And please don't forget to subscribe and so we can do more readings like this. I love doing these readings. Once again, my name is Malorine and have a beautiful rest of the month. Thank you. Bye. Okay, deck number two. Hello. If you picked the Carnelian with the beautiful crystal inside exposed, this is for you. I'm gonna put your crystal here and let's do your reading. So what card archetype are you embodying? Mediator. Love this. Okay. So the mediator, we're going to read the light attributes because it's upright. This is a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. Okay, great. So mediator, you could be a Libra, have some moon in Libra or Virgo, Aries as well. Also, I'm getting from this. So you're just someone who is really, you don't want trouble. You want everyone to get along. We have this woman that's holding both of these people's hands behind their back. She's kind of like playing both sides in a sense. So Imbolc, like I said, is here to make adjustments. So we want to see what do we need to adjust with this mediator? Do we need more of it or less of it? So I'm going to pick from my trusty pouch of these little tools that I've made here. These little um interesting. We have a date. Okay. January 22nd, the 22. So I'm going to read this two ways. I'm going to read this as the date, January 22nd, which is already passed. And it wasn't the day that Pluto went into Aquarius, but it was maybe, was it a couple days after? A couple days before. Yeah, it was like January 20th. So January this month is a huge month for you. If you're seeing this beyond January, this could be the following January. It really was a pivotal moment for you. 22, I'm going to read this as also a life path. So if you're not a 22 life path, it could be a 4, it could be an 8 as well. But if you are a 22 life path, that means that you're a 4 energy, and it's also a master number. So you're embodying both. So what this tells me is that you are being asked to create strategy, that 4 energy, to build something, create something that is also connected to a higher sense of purpose with the master number. Okay. The 22 is also about getting help from other people. 22 life paths will have to learn in this life how to, again, balance, which again, you have this already in you, how to balance and how to be, to see both sides, see a bigger perspective, but then also, when to, um, hire an assistant, when to delegate responsibilities, and also when you need to do it yourself. I feel like this is a huge lesson for you in this life. So this mediator, it's kind of being, maybe it's like balancing this out. Maybe you're playing the mediator role too much, right? Where it's kind of like sapping your energy as well. So this, I feel, is going to be a huge focus for you. Okay, so we're going to put this aside. And we're going to get some clarification on this, okay? So this is one of my oldest decks, my oldest tarot decks. It looks worn and beat up because I've had this for over 30 years. So it's very used and it's very trusted. I love this deck very much. Okay. Why is the mediator here? Hmm. Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And what are they moving towards? Hmm. Two of Wands reversed. Interesting. Okay, let's stop there. Two of Pentacles reverse. Why is the mediator here? Okay. I feel like this is the thing. I feel like as being the mediator, what can happen, especially as a master, if you're in my master 22, but embodying this energy, you'd be someone who kind of focuses too much on other people. You see, she's so focused on these two people that she's kind of contorting herself here. She's twisted herself up, right? To make sure that everybody feels good, that everybody feels her hand and knows that she's there. And this can create beautiful occurrences for other people. But what about you? The Two of Pentacles reverse is telling me that it's like adding more stuff to your plate. It's like, say you're a teacher and you're already teaching 4 classes. The mediator would be like, if there are 2 other teachers on your staff that are arguing about, oh, they don't want to take over the after school responsibilities, and you're like, I'll do it, because you don't want to see any issues, you don't see any problems. But now you have 4 classes plus after school activities plus all these other things that you probably said yes to that is completely throwing you off balance, right? It's not adding. I mean, it's great. It's beautiful that you have such a big heart to help, but it's actually holding you back. And again, that two, we literally have 22 again, 2, 2, 22. Okay. It's definitely a message here. So this holding you back is this Two of Wands reversed. We see someone here with a crystal ball in their hands. They're looking forward to, just put this upright so you can see it, but they're looking upright as someone looking towards their future. They feel grounded, they feel stable. They might not have everything they need, but they know that, okay, this is the next phase of life. I'm excited about this. I'm ready for it. But this card reverse, again, this is telling me this is like a story, right? It's telling me that you're overwhelmed. You're doing so much for other people that you're actually taking away from your dreams and what you want out of life. Okay. So this is the balance that's needed. We need you to create balance with this. Okay. This needs to be rectified. Bridget will say, okay. And how do we rectify this? Ooh, that was quick. 7 of Pentacles. Anything else? Ooh, you got 2 7s, 2 7s. You got a lot of doubles going on here. So again, it's this mediator, like you're almost like mirroring energy back. You're a mirror, okay? People give you this, you give them that. It's like, but I don't think it's fair. It's not a fair exchange, okay? So 7 of Pentacles, and we have 7 of Cups reversed. So let's start with 7 of Pentacles first. I do feel like maybe this could be the case. Maybe you're just there's a little bit of impatience here, I'm going to be honest. Overwhelm as well with the 7 of Cups reverse. There's a lot of overwhelm, so much overwhelm. 2 of Pentacles reverse, 7 of Cups reverse, 2 of Wands reverse. You're overwhelmed. It's too much. You're doing too much. You're thinking too much. You're feeling too much. You're doing all the things and nothing's really happening. Okay. And that's the first and foremost. So the 7 of Pentacles is an answer to that. The 7 of Pentacles is saying, okay, let's slow it down. Let's slow it all the way down. And let's plant our seeds in a new direction. Like I said, Imbolc is about planting those seeds. So where do you need to take those seedlings or take those seeds, maybe buy new seeds and plant them in another part of your garden? If you're a gardener, I'm giving these garden analogies because I garden and I plant things. Okay. So yeah, you're a gardener, and the 7 of Pentacles might be like, okay, like this part of the garden is not creating the crops that you need. So we need to change the direction, the location of where these seeds are. It's like planting something that needs a lot of light in a shady area. You're not going to get the outcome that you need. It's going to make you frustrated. It's going to drive you crazy. Because you're like, why are my cucumbers not growing? Why are my tomatoes not growing? Because they need more light. They need to be in a different part of the garden, right? So I do feel like there's a need for you to assess, to slow down and actually assess where's my energy best spent, right? What does this Two of Wands look like? I keep asking that too. What does that future self look like to you, right? And this is only a question that you can answer, to be honest. But since I am doing the reading for you, let's have a glance. Let's have a gander. Okay. Interesting. 10 of Wands reversed. Okay. So what does this look like for you? Let's just put this up here. This looks like I do not dream of labor, darling. I do not dream of hard work. The 10 of Wands is someone you can see here. She's, again, garden reference, right? We're preparing for spring here. As you can see, lots of flowers. They're growing. But she's so tired of pulling these out. I mean, she's exhausted. Look at her, right? She has these flowers on her back, even though they're beautiful flowers. She's tired. She's, I mean, she's hunched over. And this is probably the energy, like I said, you're overwhelmed here. You're so overwhelmed. This is like, it's all over this reading. So 10 of Wands reverse, what does this look like for you? It is about you putting down some of those wands, getting someone else to do it. Get somebody else to do it, okay? Maybe, again, like I said, it's to delegate, delegate some of your responsibilities, get people to help you, right? Maybe you do need an assistant, maybe someone to bounce ideas off of, someone that could take something off of your plate because you're doing too much, or say no. Let's just start there. Let's just say no. Let's start with saying no. That would be the first thing, okay? And that might be what is helpful for you just in the meantime until you can get an idea of what this looks like for you. Okay. So what's the ideal for you? What does this motivated self look like? Okay. So we got two cards. Knight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Oh my. So many pentacles. I do feel like this is definitely work-based. This is about work. It could be leading us well into family. I think maybe for you, there is no in between. I feel like they merge, but let's start here. Knight of Pentacles, definitely, like I said, not that the Knight of Pentacles does not work hard. It's actually one of the hardest working knights, but they're not running off anywhere. They're not, speeding, trying to hold these pentacles. They're not trying to pick which cup they want. They're just waiting, right? Waiting for that time. Like I said, there's a lot of need for that patience here. We need to slow you down. We need to slow you all the way down. Maybe there's a fear of this. Maybe there's a fear if you slow down that you're not productive or you're not getting things done. And I say that as well because for Pentacles, you're lock and key, right? You're lock and key, baby. Like you're just like, don't come in my house for any of that. I don't want to hear that. There's a lot of closed off energies. You can see a lot of the cards that are facing us, these two women in particular, are closed off, right? Even here, she's helping these two people, but her body, her torso is like closed off. Again, this energy of like you're very closed and just closed energy. So this could be a fear of being vulnerable. This could be a fear of allowing other people to really see you. Okay. Um, so what is this for? Let's pick an animal card. This is from the Kim Kranz animal deck. Again, really old deck. I've had this for about 7 years. As you know, you can see it's well used. I love new decks, but I also know the energies in the older cards. Fire Ant reverse. And what are you moving towards? Mhm. What's your ideal energy here? Interesting. Dragonfly reversed. Okay. Let's start with fire ant first, reverse. Okay, so we see this fire ant. It's, gaining momentum. It's all this fire and passion and drive, but it's kind of encompassed in this circular center. We have these other ants that are kind of surrounding it, maybe again, overwhelming it. I feel like and again, your fire is squashed, is reversed. So not only is your fire, your motivation, your passion for yourself reversed, but you have all these ants that are coming at you left, right, and center. They're like, me, I want this, and me, and what about me, and what about this? And you're like, oh, everybody, okay, I'm gonna try to help and heal everybody. You can't. Maybe there's a realization of that you can't help and heal everyone. Dragonfly reverse is what you're moving towards, and the dragonfly is interesting because it's air energy. It's very light. This is one card we haven't gotten swords yet. So I do feel like maybe you cannot, to be honest, you're probably not thinking this through properly, right? This could be a fear if you slow down and you're actually able to see things. Dragonflies are all about clarity. That maybe people will see your flaws. That's the dragonfly reverse. The dragonfly, the wings are transparent, translucent. I remember the word right now, but beautiful, colorful wings, but you can see right through them, right? We can see through these dragonfly wings. With the reverse, this could be a fear of yours. This could be a fear of having other people really see you. And by seeing you, they might see your perceived flaws. I wouldn't say that they're flaws. I think they're perceived flaws. But I feel like this is what makes you beautiful. This is what makes you so special. Like you don't have to be this perfect mediator, very mature, have everything together. I mean, we thank you for that. We appreciate that. But I feel like that's not all there is to you. There's more. There's more to you. Okay. So let's get an oracle card. I'm using a mixture of I have 3 decks here, which is overkill, I know, but I have a couple of Kyle Gray decks, Angels and Ancestors. I also have the Goddess deck here, Goddess Oracle, and I just like to combine them all because I feel like they all like to work well together. So let's see what your message is. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I do love these readings. I've been reading for a very long time. So I just love doing these. All right, beautiful. So we have Yemaya, Golden Opportunity, and we have Vesta for home. And bring this down a little bit. Beautiful. Okay. Golden opportunity. Like you see how exposed she is here? Okay, let's get these down here. Remember I said before that you were very closed off here? There's like this big, I don't want people to see me. I don't want people to judge. I'm gonna lock and key. I'm gonna lock, no. Don't even look at me. Don't look at my flaws. Don't look at anything. And then you stay confused because you're focusing on other people. You see how exposed she is here? She's open. She's just like you take it as you get what I give you, right? Yemaya is this beautiful Orisha that's connected to our nurtured self, right? Our nurtured, how we take care of ourselves. We have important doors that are opening for you right now. Walk through them. Okay, we also have Vesta. And Vesta is the Roman goddess of the home and hearth. So actually, it's interesting because she is the Roman sort of loosely equivalent to Bridget. So Vesta is saying your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in your occupants. So I'm just covering because of YouTube guidelines. She is exposed, but we don't want to expose too much and get the channel taken down. But yeah, this is saying again, it could be work and it could be home. I'm gonna use my pendulum just to check. Yeah, this is work. And yeah, so this is telling me I'm getting yes or no. This is telling me that it is work or home. So you maybe are in a sense of maybe you're about to move, maybe you're moving, maybe you're thinking about moving, maybe your location is what also stresses you out. Maybe this is that home, right? It's Four of Pentacles. Maybe you feel trapped in the home, right? You feel like you can't leave the home. So this could be someone who works from home now, who yeah, maybe there's a little bit of shut in energy, which means that you don't go out as much. It's all about work, it's all about the home life. And again, you forget about yourself. This could be someone who has children, maybe older children as well. It could be, many different scenarios here. Maybe trying to take care of a lot of people. Let me just ask and see. Um, what are these people around deck number 2? What are their energies like? The people around deck number 2. What are they like? Let's put them on top. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Interesting. So the people around you are demanding. They're demanding a lot from you. They're like, I want, again, I'm hearing mommy, mommy. So it could be children. It could be maybe grown children. So a partner who acts like a, maybe a little bit immature, who sees you as a caretaker or who depends on you a lot. So this makes sense. Everything I've been saying, where you've taken on this very intense caretaker role, don't worry about me, I'll eat last kind of energy, because maybe you are a parent, or maybe you do have a significant other that you really love and care for, but it's draining you. Okay. So what energy are you meant to embody? Yeah, there we go. Eight of Swords. There we go. I was asking for those swords, and we have the 2 swords coming up towards the end. Okay. You are, this has put you in victim mode. This is all victim mode behavior. Victim energy shows up so differently for all of us. But for you, victim mode is doing too much, kind of burning yourself out to the point of exhaustion, not giving yourself time to be patient with yourself here. 7 of Swords, not allowing people to see your wounds or your, again, perceived flaws. And it's putting you in this energy of helplessness. You're the victim, you're a martyr. It's the more you give, the more they want, because they're demanding. You give 20, you give 2, they want 4. You give 7, they want 10, right? So the way out of this is shifting this energy, like getting back to yourself, getting back to, like, we have the Yuck card, where it's, getting back to that sense of freedom. Maybe it could be going to the beach. Maybe it could be going to a body of water, to cleanse yourself. And it could be just cleansing emotionally. Maybe you just need to be near the ocean, go out on a day trip by yourself, take a long bath, something with the water. I feel like the water is very healing for you. It's really interesting as well. We do have the water here. Like, there was a flood, and now that it's not anymore. It's barren. The water is barely seeping through. She's also wet. Her clothes are wet, right? So there was some sort of connection to water, either rain or flooding. And now I just feel like there is a need for you to get back to that, get back to that energy of caring for yourself, which is an element of water. Okay, wow. Deck number 2. I hope this was helpful. Um, this is your message from Bridget, and Bridget literally coming, well, Vesta. That inner fire, she's literally coming out personally herself. She came out to greet you. So let's take that into consideration. Like, you might also, she might be one of your guides, gonna be honest, the fact that she's come out directly for you. So yeah, maybe check out my blog post. I will be writing about both goddesses, Vesta and Bridget. So not that they're interchangeable, but they do carry a lot of similarities. So yeah, let me know if that helps. And once again, my name is Malorine, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you around next time. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, deck number 3. Thank you. If you chose the Amethyst, which we have here, this is your reading. So, what is your archetype that we're going to discuss? Like, what are you embodying right now? Who are you? We have the Companion reversed. Okay. This is the first one we've had that is reversed. So let's read it. So as it's reversed, we're reading the shadow attributes. So betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. Interesting. We see these 2 figures that are almost like merged into each other. Their hair is becoming one. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So what I'm seeing, I'm going to focus on the loss of personal identity for you, deck number 3. So you could be in a relationship, you don't have to be. You could just have a really strong connection to family or friends. But I feel like maybe this could be a pattern where it doesn't matter who it is. Could be a partner, could be a boss, colleague, whatever it is. You tend to lose yourself. You tend to forget about you. Okay. So I feel like there's going to be a strong theme about self-care and about you really connecting back to yourself. Okay. That can be where that middle ground, we're at this checkpoint. Okay. So maybe Bridget is trying to get you to see where you have been lacking that sense of care for yourself and merging with the other, whatever the other is, someone outside of yourself. Okay. So I just picked three dice from my trusty stack here. And we have Gemini, we have Peaceful, and we have the number 5. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So you could be a life path 5. You could also be a Gemini as well. You don't have to be. This not case, don't feel like it's not for you. But if we're thinking about Gemini energy, and I'm going to, as an astrologer, put these together. So Gemini in the fifth house. The fifth house is the house of creativity and fun, childlike energy, a romance, right? So again, it makes sense that you have the companion card because maybe for you, it is always about the other person. So attached to this other person, whoever it is. And when Gemini is there, it's like almost amplified. Again, you have fun with the other person. You really like to connect with people in a very, yeah, youthful way, not immature, just very youthful. And with peaceful there, you probably give off a very calm demeanor. Maybe you make a lot of people to feel at peace, feel at home. And this is a great quality to have. Like I said, what happens is that you end up losing yourself in the midst of all of this. Okay. And this is where we need we need rectification. We need this to be shifted a bit because the balance is off here. Okay. So let's pick a couple of tarot cards just to see um what this looks like for you. Okay. So how do you embody this companion reversed? Yeah, Page of Swords reverse. And anything else on this? Seven of Wands reverse. Okay. Yeah, interesting. This could make you kind of a little bit on the defensive, I'm feeling. And almost feeling as well, the Page of Swords reverse, it's like not really having a direction of which way you want to go. This is almost like having too much information, overwhelm, and that's Gemini energy. It's like too much coming at you all at once. Seven of Wands as well is also this person is fighting these we can't see their faces, but they're fighting these wands. It's so abrupt. They jumped out wherever they were and they have two different shoes on. That's how quick this is, right? It's a lot of quick energy. Page of Sword, quick. Sound like Stewie from Family Guy. Quick. There's a lot of fast energy here. So again, it just feels like you're kind of like on the defense, but you don't really know what you're fighting or what you're fighting for, I would say. Let's get a bit more clarity on this. Up a little bit. What is up to? What are they fighting for? What is putting deck number 3 on the defense? What is happening? Okay, Queen of Wands reverse. So this could be someone else. I'm just gonna just clarify that. Then I'll start asking questions. Page of Wands. Okay. So it's definitely giving me like possibly mother-child relationship or superior subordinate relationship. Let me just ask my pendulum. This mother figure, parent, boss. Yeah, this could be a boss. Yeah, this could be like a Queen of Wands reverse can also be like, yeah, the character, the boss, or someone in charge who's in charge, but also like wields their power incorrectly. And I mean incorrectly, just kind of do as I say, not as I do. Just tries to be really bossy without any kind of context. And it makes sense that you would be on the defense with that, right? Page of Wands is interesting. This is the only card we've had upright. even within your oracle card. So I do feel like the Page of Wands, I feel like this is you trying to fight back from all of this, right? Trying to really, I feel like the ideal for you is to exist in your own energy, like to be curious. Again, this is the page is very childlike, it's very youthful, right? So this is you getting back to this energy for yourself rather than doing it under duress, under stress, the Page of Swords reverse and the Seven of Wands reverse, or doing it for someone else, or doing it because someone is telling you what to do. Right. So I feel like the Page of Wands is you embodying this same Gemini fifth house youthful energy for yourself first. It's like first and foremost for you. Like, what do you need? What do you want? Okay. Let's go for another deck. And we're going to have a look at how do you embody this Page of Wands? Okay. Yeah. Emperor reversed. Anything else? Okay. A lot of cards came out. I'm going to read them all because I feel they all apply. So we have the Emperor reverse. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Five of Cups reverse. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Really interesting. Okay, so let's read this across the line. Okay, so much of what we're seeing is showing up again. So with the Emperor reverse, again, this is just Queen of Wands reverse. Again, I feel like it could be like, it's a bit presumptuous, but maybe leaving this job or this partnership. I just feel like this is draining you. And the Emperor reverse is you taking back that power from an unhealthy emperor, right? An unhealthy energy is not doing you any good. It's actually making you quite chaotic. It's actually squashing your youthful energy. When I was shuffling, the Fool wanted to come out, but it didn't, which was interesting. So it's kind of telling me maybe you're not ready for that new beginning yet. But I do feel like this is trying to get you to think about it. Six of Wands is next, which is the card of victory. Here I love this. She's on a hummingbird here and she's getting the hummingbird to move with this beautiful flower with nectar in it. So I feel like this is you, like almost as soon as you do this, immediately things start to get better. Things start to feel lighter, right? Your communication is back. Hummingbird connects with me, in my opinion, to Gemini energy. It's like it flits around. It's very light and airy and youthful and this beautiful, just, I don't know, it just has this essence of ingenuity, right? This essence of newness that has been held back for so long. Whatever this Emperor reverse is for you, and it could be a boss, could be a parent, it could be a partner, or it could be, I don't feel like it's your own mind. I'm going to be honest. I feel like it's an external source. This is somebody outside of you that has their thumb on you. The Five of Cups reverse is interesting again. So this is you as you become, maybe you need some proof with the Six of Wands. Maybe you need a couple of wins you need at least one win to at least let you know that you're on the right path, right? So it could be like maybe leaving this job and maybe going freelance or something. And then you get your first job, you get your first client, and you're like, oh yeah, I can do this. Like I'm not in this like depressed, sad energy. I don't have to stay in this energy. Like, yeah, I did it. Oh my gosh. Like, you need a win, just one win, just one. And what that leads to, which I love, is the Six of Pentacles. This is you realizing your worth. This is you, especially if you're freelance or in a new position or with a new partner, whatever it is, this is you saying, these are my terms. What are your terms? Okay. And you are balancing it out, right? You're like, okay, I get what I need, and you get what you need. Not like before where you were giving everything. You were giving all of yourself. It wasn't fair. It wasn't balanced. Okay. So the Six of Pentacles is the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is you embodying fairness, is you embodying this Page of Wands, right? It's that, you know, kind of like new free energy. It's like the ability to explore new realms and see new things. Yeah, I feel like this is what it's leading you to. So I just want to get a different perspective. Let's use my animal deck. And these are all very weathered. I've had these decks for many years. So um that's how you know they're good. Okay. Yes. You are the dare. Oh my goodness. Even as I was holding this, I don't know, for some reason my hand started shaking, like I was nervous. And I'm not nervous, but it just literally started shaking a little bit. And I was like, what is going on? So the dare, you're a deer in headlights. You're scared. You're nervous, you're fearful, right? Um, hmm, what's next? Fox. This was the ideal. Hmm, okay. The whale. The hummingbird wanted to come out. I'm gonna pull it. Why not? Okay. The deer, fox reverse, the whale, hummingbird. I love this. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Trying to make this a little bit straight. Okay. I love this because this hummingbird is exactly the hummingbird that we saw with the Six of Wands. This is literally you embodying the humming. This is the end result. This is the end. So I feel like you're here now. You're at the dare. There's a lot of fearfulness, a lot of what if I leave? What happens? How can I work on my own? How can I work by myself? Will I get a new job? What will this look like if I leave my partner? Who will love me? Where will I live? If it's a parent, like how I can't just pick up and not talk to my mom or not talk to my dad. It's like there's a lot of contemplation here with the dare, and I get it. There's a lot of fear with this too. The fear is not really helping you right now. So the Fox reverse is the next step. This is telling me that you might need to have a little bit of a strategy. You might have to be, I'm not saying to be manipulative, that's not the case. But I feel like you're playing the game very straight-laced, and I don't feel like they are. The Emperor reverse, Queen of Wands reverse are people or energies or whatever it is that are they're not playing fair. Okay, they have an unhealthy advantage over you. So I'm just going to be honest. The Fox reverse is kind of saying you got to be a little bit, use your Gemini smarts, right? Use that intelligence, use that strategy a little bit, right? You know, you're playing checkers, they're playing chess. Let's get a chessboard. Let's learn. If you don't know how to play chess, this is metaphorical. It's time to learn chess, right? You got to be on their level. Right here, you're not on their level. Here, you're kind of figuring out how to do it. The whale is interesting because maybe within that strategy or determining how to play on their field, you're realizing that there's a lot of emotional components that you weren't aware of. So you might have to go to the depths of your maybe some trauma. There might be a repeat from family situations. Maybe there have been themes of you um, giving of yourself too much to other people just to keep the peace in the home, right? Maybe you're an eldest child. Maybe you are a middle child that has never really been seen or noticed. So the whale might bring up some things from the surface, from the to the surface, I'm sorry, that you're like, oh, this is why I do this. I didn't realize that. Oh, this is why I squash myself. This is why I let people with strong personalities take over. Not that you don't have one, but you've kind of let them make you the dare, right? So yeah, I feel like this is important, an important part of this. And then we get to the hummingbird. Beautiful, beautiful. Exactly what we want to see. We want to see you step into this very light, Gemini, fifth house, peaceful. You already embody this energy. We just need you to own it. But I'm going to be honest, there might be a process. This is going to be a process. You have to get to this point of, you know, and they're shining. This hummingbird is like, take it or leave it. This is who I am. You definitely need to embody this energy. But I do feel like, again, there are steps before you get here. Okay. So I'm using my Oracle decks. These are the Goddess deck, a couple of Calgray Ancestor Oracles deck. I like to use them all mixed up together because I'm chaotic and this is just what I like. Even shuffling this is kind of crazy. Let's see. Beautiful. Oh, oh my goodness. Sekhmet, be strong. Are you kidding me? You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. You gotta be kidding me. This is literally the theme for the whole reading. Like, you're not just a deer. You're freaking, and Sekhmet is fierce. Okay. Sekhmet will burn it all down. That's her story, right? She was on a rampage, killing humans, drinking their blood. It's a whole thing. And she literally had to be like get drunk in a sense. Ra had to get her drunk to get her to stop because she would have kept going. So Sekhmet coming out for you is a big deal. Sekhmet is like, have you forgotten who you are? Did you forget that you walk with me? Did you forget that? Powerful. And then we have the heart guardian. So we have love and let yourself be loved. Beautiful. Okay, I do feel like this is very much this Page of Wands energy. I feel like it's allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to be perceived by others, which means that there's a sense of vulnerability that comes along with this. But I love that they both came in together because Sekhmet doesn't just create chaos for no reason. Like Sekhmet is fierce. She only shows up when she needs to. And when Sekhmet shows up, you know that there's trouble for the other person, not you. There's trouble for the other person because why the hell were they doing this? Like, excuse my language, but like, what the heck? Sekhmet's like, you're not a deer, actually. You're a lion, and you belong next to me. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Um, I love this. And let's just get one more card. I'm just curious. What's next after the Page of Wands? What's after the Page of Wands, please? Hmm, very cool. Five of Swords reverse. So this is again this energy of you putting down your sword. There's no fight here. There's no argument. Like I don't even feel this. There's like you don't have to like burn it all down. There's no bridges being burned necessarily. I feel like it's just you stepping into your power and creating a strategy with that Fox reverse. And it's like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore, or I'm not doing this. And I don't feel like I need to fight you. I don't feel like I need to win over on you, even though they might feel that way. That's not how you roll. You're not that kind of person, right? So it's you remembering this, that you are not, you don't have to fight this. Like you don't have to fight this unhealthy Queen of Wands, this unhealthy Emperor reversed. You're the hummingbird. You could just fly away. Why am I dealing with this? I'll just fly away. Right. So I hope this was helpful. Once again, my name is Malorine. Please feel free to subscribe. I would love to do more of these readings. Would love your support. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of the month and we'll talk soon. Bye.